just come to a place called the Lanterns, which is about an 8-mile run down from Hawk Neck.
That's about it.
And this is Stewie Nichols.
G'day.
Stewie Nichols and I go way back about 3 or 4 years now. We came down on my very first trip to Hawk Neck. I went out with Stewie, and in the first hour of our very first trip together, he put me onto a barrel tuna, which we wrestled off a seal and got in the boat. And then the next day we had a few issues and couldn't get out together, and I had to end up basically chartering a cray boat, and we ended up getting another 2 barrels on that day too. It's been lean since. Landing them's been the problem, not hooking them. But mate, there's a few around at the moment, isn't there?
There are. Yeah, they have been good. Yeah, they've been pretty consistent. They're certainly here. There's quite a few big fish here, and today's the day.
Well, I like the sound of that. We're just going to sneak around this Lanterns, which I'll show you in a minute, into a place called Munro Bight, and apparently every day they've been coming up and jumping around and whatnot. Just to set the scene, we came out yesterday and tested our gear. We're using Stellars, which I'll show you as well in a minute. All went smoothly. We had to wrestle a few fish off the seals and put some serious drag pressure on, but we got 24 tuna yesterday, up to 30 kilos, which is a PB for the season for this boat. So our spread's working well.
What we've done, Brendan, we've put out the skirt out the side, and what we've been doing all trip is putting out the deep divers last. What it does, it avoids the tangles. If you've got the short ones in, then you put out the skirts, they'll often tangle on each other. So these go out last every time.
Show us a little, mate. The King Brown. Big treble's pulled off with a 7-0 single in the back. Let's get her out, mate.
No worries. Now that one's only probably about 10 metres out the back, so we've just got to make sure it's swimming right, make sure it hasn't tangled on the way out. Then the next stage is just to check that strike drag. And Brendan was briefing us yesterday, he said just to make sure on the deep diver you've got the strike drag a little bit firmer than what you'll have on the skirts. So we'll just check that. Plenty of drag on that one. Let's see how we go.
For anyone that saw season 1 and season 2, we talked a lot about our spreads. It's real simple. We don't believe in the wave theories here. How many waves be on the boat we run lures. If you can see one there, you're better than me. It's a little boat. It's the thing with trailer boats. We don't make a lot of bow waves. But we do have 2 clear lanes, as you can see. So we're running 3 skirts. 2 off each corner and 1 in the shotgun, which is actually up above us. The one in the shotgun runs back about 50 metres, the others run about 23 metres to 20 metres, basically either side of the prop wash in those clear lanes. And yesterday they were red hot. Early on in the day, yesterday the divers worked well. The divers we run basically right next to the prop wash, in short. There's one there, there's one there. It's amazing how often tuna will come up to the boat to check out the boat while they're there, see these little fish chasing it and hit it. You know, we're not running over schools of fish that are just sitting on the surface. You know, they're curious. They hear the boat, they want to come up, they hear all this commotion at the back, think it's maybe bait school or something. And when they get there, we've got the lures waiting. And out here it's a numbers game. The barrels are here, so are the school fish. And it's just going to be battling through the numbers or wading through the numbers until we get a hook up, and then when we get it, we hope we do everything right, because you're going to need a lot of luck and a lot of skill to get that in the boat. But we're not mucking around. We've got 80-pound outfits with some serious drag and about 500 metres of line on each one. The rods are set and the waiting game begins. Yesterday we didn't wait too long, I can tell you. As you can see, we're running right along the cliffs here. First time you ever come to Hawk Neck, it takes a bit to get your head around. You think, why aren't we running out to the shelf? Well, we're not. This is what the locals do. And this is where the barrels live, hard against these cliffs. It's not uncommon to actually run right in close with the rod tips almost scraping on the walls. But Stewie's had a lot of experience down here. He's been out here over 10 years now, chasing tuna. He likes the line we're in. We're about 150, 200 metres out. In there, it's only about 30 metres. Where we are now, it's about 60. And we're just turning out now across the drop. and it's 100 just outside the boat here. So it's a big bank, drops right down. The tuna seem to cruise along here. I call it the tuna supermarket. Why go to the shelf and eat lots of jelly beans and Smarties when you can come in here and have a hamburger? You know, there's a lot larger fish in here to eat. Big yakkers, pike, big arrow squid, and a lot of red bait. So a lot of our lures, as we'll show through the day, resemble red bait. Yeah. You're on. That did hit pretty hard. Just relax, mate. Just relax. Tie it up. Tie the drag up. Remember the vertical, keeping the...
It's got a little bit deeper, this one.
I hooked a barrel here last year, mate, and swam at the boat like this. Then on the second run, it said, see you later. That's the beauty of fishing here. You just never know how big the next fish is going to be. The schoolies are with the barrels. We've been telling Rod that last night, that whenever Rod goes, you just don't know what it's going to be. This one's a schoolie. Jeez, it hit hard. King Brown. The old King Brown, mate. I like your nice soft mat there, Skipper, to put the little tuna on. Don't hook them, don't damage them.
Beautifully designed, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we can release them. Well done. Well done, Rod.
Welcome to Eagle Hawk Neck.
Alright, stop running.
Pension is on.
The old guy. What do you think, Winga?
Sounds good, that's what I think. When he's going, let him go, then...
In my senior years, I have never had such good fishing. Yesterday we did brilliant. And the fish that this place produces is amazing. Trouble is, I know how to bruise an old coot like me.
How you doing, Dad?
Oh, we're going well, young fella.
How you doing? A good job, mate. Down here with all these young bucks. It's good to have a bit of experience on board.
You've been around a bit, haven't you?
Done a bit of fishing.
I heard you're not a bad marlin fisherman.
We did 10 years of it up at Bermagui. In 1998 we got the heaviest fish ever caught, or the heaviest fish caught on 50-pound line, 2 24 kilo blue marlin. And this is more fun because I'm participating, I'm not driving, I'm not playing decky. All I got to do is take a rod and have a bit of a crank and wind.
So for once it's all about you.
Well, it is. It's
So you putting everyone else on the fish?
For 15 years I used to share it with everybody else. In the last couple of days, it's sort of been laid on for me a little bit. And it's a nice feeling. And I've got a bit of colour coming up.
Onto the soft mat.
Yeah, what a beautiful fish, Dad. Well done. Look at the lovely colours, the blues, the greens, the silvers. That lovely black purple back. Fabulous fish.
You can pick it up for us, Rod. Cuddle it and the top will just about ready.
They're a beautiful fish. Aren't they just lovely? Smell it. Tuna, can't beat it, can you? Tuna here, eagle neck, the YouFish crew, can't beat it.
Get him back, mate. You like using them?
Oh yeah.
A lot easier?
Yep.
Straighten your head up there, look.
You can handle a big tackle too, can't you, Dad?
He can. He's pretty good on the rod. Hasn't got the strength, but he's got a really good technique. He catches them really well.
And how old are you, mate?
I'm 11.
11. Check these two out, eh? The legend and tomorrow's legend. Eh? He'll be running this boat soon. This is the Barrel family. Welcome to the Barrel family.
Don't know if that's a compliment or not.
It is when they're tuna.
True.
Good action he's got, don't you think? Tell us what he is. Tell us about it.
Bit of a sea killer vibe. Pretty much a brand new colour. Haven't seen it before. Bit of a see-through red colour.
Okay, you want to hold your fish up?
Most tuna fishermen around Australia would know the name Stuart Nichols. Well, he's from Personalised Sea Charters out at Hawk Neck here. And you've just seen the sun, the next big thing on the rod. So I'm sure that we'll hear more about Lockie in the future. Let's get those lures going again. Have River to Sea. What was that you said about the River to Sea?
Oh, I like it. That was the first fish I've ever caught on a river to sea before.
So you like it now?
So yeah, I love the river to seas.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
is a prototype Shimano lure. It's called a bluefin tuna. I've got a feeling that's going to be tougher. Let's get that on. Now I've put the same red feathers on it. The idea with the red feathers is that the tuna out here are actually feeding predominantly on red bait, which are basically a pilchard. Now I researched them on the internet because I've never seen one in real life, but they're basically a pilchard with a red tail, bright red tail and bright red pectoral fins. Oh, so as you can see, there's my bright pectoral fin and a bit of red on there, just to give the tail a bit of red flash as well. That's an 18,000 Stella. It's got a faster retrieve than the 20s we've been trolling with, for a lot less power but a lot more speed. So when you need speed, crank it. When it goes through the bait ball or next to the bait ball, slow it down and twitch it like I was doing. Basically we've got a 100-pound leader, and if you just wind that up a couple of knots for me, you want to keep going, mate, keep going. You want to cast when that's about just below that guide. So you rub your finger there and you'll let it rip. Low, hard pendulum cast. You don't want to go any closer to the rod tip than that. Everyone have a look. See where the rod tip is, Horb? It's a good 3 foot out of the rod tip. Give you a good pendulum action, you can really whip it. Up you go. Good luck.
Let's go.
And cast it, remember, allow for the wind, like a golf shot. So if you want to cast there and the wind's there, cast so it curves with the wind.
Come on. Whoa!
Well done, mate. Lock it in now and load up.
Oh goodness. Didn't have to do much, but it drew the strike.
Oh! Oh!
What happened there? Are you still on?
No, I think another one's just grabbed it, mate.
Oh. Whew. Freight Train Express. Whew.
That's it, thank you.
It's hard work.
The rod makes pretty light work of them, really, other than its length.
Yeah.
Having a good trip, mate?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Yeah, we probably take it for granted with all this good tackle. You know, the big bluefin yesterday, you know, 100 odd kilo fish on a thread line. The guys didn't even use gimbals.
116 kilos to be precise.
Well, that's right. So we take it for granted, but it's fantastic to use it.
There you go for a walk, mate.
One cast, one fish.
Not bad.
It's alright, wasn't
You've
it?
got a bloody good average. Let's see you keep that up for a while.
The birds to watch for are the gannets. The gannets seem to bunch up right at the last second when they're above a bait ball, and then they start firing in, and that tells you right where the bait ball is. You want to put the cast right next to it, or on the other side of it, and twitch it past it on the edge. And obviously any straggling bit of bait that's not in the ball is easy pickings, and the tuna nail it. And he got it right first time. He's a good listener and obviously a good angler. Nice fish. Whoa. Woo. Thanks for that, Toonie.
Still got a bit of go in him.
His tail has.
Oh.
Get him up right.
Well, not a bad fish, is it?
Not a bad fish at all, mate. Roll his back towards us a little bit.
Bit of an upside from casting for salmon.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful.
What a beauty.
Well done, Rodney boy. Let's get him going.
Yeah, let's go.
Well done, mate. There's only
On
two
you,
of us
mate.
that's done that now.
I don't know if I want too many more.
Well done.